Good morning, YouTube family. This is Shanine with Simply a Better You, and today I wanted to share our suburban backyard with you. We are looking at transforming this space back here. Right now we have the starts of a garden, compost pile. We've put in some fruit trees, but we are really starting to dive in and transform the entire backyard. So I wanted to give you the overview so that you can come along with us in this process and see the transformation. So it's about 7:30 in the morning. I wanted to get out here early before the heat of the day. And if you don't know, I am in Florida. I'm on the Treasure Coast, and I'm in a 9B growing zone. It is very humid here. It is very hot here. I kind of border on 10, so 9B and 10. We can grow a lot of fruit trees. We almost have a year-round growing season, though last year we got a frost, which was a little unusual for here, and it took out a few of our papaya and mango trees. But for the most part, we can grow year-round. In that, we really fight with bugs, fungus, mildew, mold, heat, extreme heat, drought. So as I'm learning, growing in the heat of the summer, so June, at the end of June is about our time of our spring harvest. And then July, August, you're done. You can still grow. So my okra is doing great, but everything else is, it struggles. It really struggles. But things like the papaya and the mango, they thrive in that. So we're learning as we're going. We're originally from Ohio. I am a Florida native, but my parents moved us to Ohio. So I spent 28 years there. And we are adjusting to the temperature, the weather, and the growing season. And it's delivering an education to us. So let's take a tour of our suburban backyard and we'll show you what we're doing. So this is the entrance to our backyard from one of our side gates. And we have pretty much designated this as our mulch dump zone. It's the closest to the gate door, so we pull the truck up and then haul the mulch in and dump it. And that keeps us from dragging it clear across the backyard. So we're dumping most of our mulch on this side, and then as we need it, we're transporting it. This is aloe row. So I've got my aloe plants back here to kind of help save them from the sun right now. They're in a shaded spot. Now, we have been getting rain each evening, so we haven't had a chance to run the lawnmower or do any kind of weeding back here, so it's starting to grow pretty fast. Florida's known for afternoon showers, but to mow your lawn, you either have to get up at the crack of dawn and get out here, or you mow your lawn in the heat, and it's quite intense. So we've got some banana plants back here. We started with 2, and right now we are up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as these grow and die off, they drop off pups, and this is a new pup that's coming up. We're learning. We've gotten one fruit from them, but it was pretty much what they call like the sacrifice bunch. You don't eat that bunch the first time, so we are waiting. Oh, there's a little friendly snake. There he goes. We have lots of little critters. Gotta be careful where I step. And of course I've got my little spider plant back there growing. He's been outside since we moved here 4 years ago, and I haven't had to do anything to him. He's just hanging back there growing. So we've got our banana plants, dragon fruit, that we grew from seed. We got dragon fruit from the store, or we had picked up dragon fruit from the farmer's market, and we grew from seed. They have not flowered yet. When they flower, we have to pollinate them. Come out here and they flower at night, and they're beautiful, but we haven't caught one yet to do it. And I can't tell you what variety my fiance's planted, but it's either the yellow dragon fruit or the pink or the dark purple one. We have an extra mulch pile back here. This is a 2-year-old papaya plant, papaya tree. It is fruiting right now, but unfortunately, we have an insect here that stings the fruit and lays eggs in it. So we are competing with that right now, and it seems to be getting to our fruit before we do. Our neighbors also have a papaya tree a lot older than ours. I don't think they eat the papaya, but it's there. So like I said, we lost one this past winter, so we planted a new one, and it's doing good. We have our potatoes. These are a sweet purple potato that we have planted. It's our first year of planting sweet potatoes. We got them in the ground kind of late, so they are still going, but doing well. We'll probably get some more out since our first frost date is not until like January 6th. Volunteer tomato plant from our compost pile. And so far we've gotten a few tomatoes off of it. We have a Japanese cucumber plant out here. I have been competing with squash bugs, as well as a green caterpillar, which is, it's a moth of some kind. But I picked up some BT, and it looks like it is helping. I mean, enough that I might actually get some cucumbers off of it. Planted in some flowers just because they're beautiful. We have some spinach out here, some sweet peppers, red, green, and orange. They got a rough start. We put them in and then got some blistering sun, and it did some damage pretty fast. We got a little pepper. There he is. Like I said, my okra is doing amazing right now. It is huge. Let's see if we can get, the video doesn't do it justice, but it is huge, and we have some blossoms that are coming in. I love okra, not only because it's tasty, but it has beautiful blooms on it. It's related to hibiscus, which also do wonderful here in Florida. But what I'm fighting right now, if you can see it on here, aphids. I have tons and tons of aphids on the top of this plant. And I come out here and spray, and then it rains. And I come out and spray, and then it rains. So we have some pineapple mint out here. A few marigolds that I put in. They're shaded by my okra right now. Some hot peppers. We have a sweet heat and a super chili, which really need to be harvested. Tomato plants are going. Tomatoes are new for me. Gardening itself is new for me. So we are walking through it, figuring it out. but so far the tomatoes we have gotten off this plant have been amazing. I see you, you little guy. Leaf beetles. I have to come out and get him. They poke your fruit. They don't actually ruin your fruit, but they poke your fruit, and they leave little spots, little sting holes, and it can cause your fruit to be tasteless or kind of bitter. We are starting to mulch. We have pine trees that are next to us, so we pick up the dry pine needles that have fallen and lay it in the bottom of our garden beds. It seems to be doing pretty good. Helps hold in some moisture. But right now we only have the 2 garden beds. Now in that we have my green stalk, which I have herbs in. We have herbs on the front porch. We have thyme, and I believe this is my fiance picked this up a long time ago. It's like an Italian thyme. I've never heard of that before. I have an orange thyme that I'm going to plant this fall. And then a mint plant. I have more mint, a chocolate mint, basil, dill going, flowers. But you have a pineapple ring. These are pineapples that we have bought from the stores. Chop the tops off and planted. We're going to clear this out and put in some native flowers that are vining to kind of grow around on the ground. It'll help hold in some moisture and add some nutrients, hopefully, to the sand that we're growing in. This is going to be the site of our new garden beds. And as you can see, I absolutely live in the suburbs. They're putting in a new build right next to us. I was surrounded by wooded area, like I still am, on the left of our house. And now we have houses around us. So this will be the new site of our flower beds. We have 4 that are going in. And then we are looking at clearing the sides of the fence line and running garden beds, or just planting direct sowing into the ground. We have some pretty invasive grass here. I think they call it centipede grass, and it chokes out everything. But we have another bed of sweet potatoes. We started this 3 years ago, and we didn't know what we were doing, but we left them in there and they grew back. So we need to add some more dirt on top so they can actually form and grow. But it's been interesting just to watch it come back. And we have some volunteers that have grown. Compost pile, relatively small but growing. We're gonna add probably 2 or 3 more layer boards on top. Get it a little deeper. And then this was a volunteer papaya. We had a squash plant growing out of this container, and then after it died and we pulled it out, a papaya plant grew. Who would have thought? So this must be a papaya from the store. Looks like we have a little visitor. I'll have to look you up and see what you are later, but some kind of moth. Vanilla orchid. We were weeding. Fiance came out here to weed. He was pulling this stuff up and actually ripped the orchid out of the ground and broke it. The good thing is that you can propagate these just by cutting them off and planting them back in dirt. So we have a lot of space to work with, even though we're only on a 1/4 acre. We haven't fully utilized the front yard yet. We have mangoes out front, star fruit, a loquat, plumerias are out front, a few tomato trees, We've tried citrus, but haven't had any success. So we've got a miniature grapefruit. We tried a lime bush. It didn't make it. So we're experimenting and seeing what we can get to grow. But we are really going to start transforming this back area. We picked up some new patio furniture, a rug. We are going to enclose the back half of the sunshade. Where we live, you have to have a permit to put up any type of gazebo or covering deck or anything like that, and we're planning on moving in the next year or so. We did a temporary setup, put a sunshade out here so that I could garden and actually sit out here. But we're going to enclose the back half with some lattice so we can grow some more things on the back. And put some lawn furniture out here, patio furniture I should say, and get me a chair for my garden. That way I can kind of sit out there and enjoy. But I'm really gonna enjoy just being out here more, spending time. Most of this has gone to seed. This is basil. It's a sweet basil. And it was just so hot. Everything's gone to seed. My dill's gone to seed. My chocolate mint is loving this green stalk. My daughter put in some flowers. I cannot remember if these are marigolds, dahlias. They look to me like zinnias, but we'll find out when they bloom. I'm pretty sure these down here are dahlias. I think they're a miniature potting dahlia. So also this is going to be the spot of my new flower bed. I got it all prepped and ready to go. We're gonna drop some compost on top of it and then plant directly into it and get some bee balm, chamomile, more medicinal flowers going, since I love tea so much. That way I can enjoy a nice hot cup of tea, because right now I go to the store and buy it, or I'm ordering it online, and it would just be so nice to walk out on the back porch and get my herbs, my flowers, and dry those and use them. So that way I know exactly where they're coming from, what's been put on them, if anything, and enjoy just having that connection with that cup of tea. You know, there's something about pulling food from your backyard that you've grown that is, it's so satisfying. It's so deeply enriching. You enjoy it more. It tastes better. I don't know why that is, but it just tastes so much better. So, thank you for sharing my backyard with me today. I look forward to sharing the progress as we continue to develop this backyard with you guys. And until then, I bless you on your journey.